So I got to thinking the other day, what could I screw up now? And I like to make little changes to my bike and stuff, and I'm just looking around going, what could I do that just kind of would be fun? And I thought of something. So welcome to what will no doubt be a short, simple video, but one I'm pretty excited about actually. I was looking at my bike the other day going like, what am I gonna do now? Like little tweaks. Because you guys know, I like to change stuff on the bike that is not necessarily permanent. Just, I like to work on the bike, one thing. So I just come up with little projects here and there. And I thought to myself, I bought an Ultra, but I really prefer the look of the Street Glide front end. And what I mean by that is, those passing lamps, while practical, they're a little old manish, So someone out there's going, why the hell did you buy an Ultra then? Liquid cooled motor. I like the wet head. So I like that a lot. I like that it came with the tour pack. I like all that stuff. And when I bought this bike, I didn't have the channel, so I didn't know there would be options for parts and stuff. So I, was buying the bike that way. But the other day I was like, what kind of cool way could you delete the passing lamps? Because these have changed over the years. They used to be, I'll show you, there used to be a bar. It was like a one-piece deal, and there was a bar that came under here and connected them both. And it just was more of a hassle to make a change. Well, now they're not. Now, each side, this passing lamp and that turn signal are on that bar, and that bracket, and that bracket bolts into the fork there. And they're easily removable. 2 bolts, 1 little plug, there you go. And it's the same plug whether you have passing lamps or not. So I contacted Custom Dynamics and said, hey, what do you got that would help me like delete these passing lamps if I wanted to do that and have the Street Glide look for a while? And then if I'm going on a trip up in the mountains, I can put the passing lamps back on in 30 minutes, not even. And they sent me this, which actually I'm really friggin' excited about. So these are their dynamic strips. Look, it looks like a toothpaste commercial. The choice of a new generation. No, so this is the dynamic strips. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna delete the passing lamp and turn signal and that big honking bracket and just put this cool chromed ball milled piece on there with an LED light and turn signals. Some of you right now are going, you idiot, you're losing your passing lamps though. Yeah, I know, but I already have enough lights that this thing looks like a Vegas casino going down the road. I mean, I've got the vent light, I've got the lowers lights. I mean, these are gonna be bright too. I've got the ProBeam headlight. I mean, I'm not worried about being able to see. And again, this you'll see, this is no brainer. So if you wanna switch back for a trip or something like that, do it. But for right now, just gonna do a little customization. You always want your bike to be this much more different than stock, right? So to show you now that bars are turned the right way, on the high side, as I like to call it, you can see real easily here. So it's just an Allen bolt and an Allen bolt. Yours might have acorns, but because I think I changed that to put these brackets on. I'm also going to ditch these two while I'm doing this because I didn't use them. I just, went around the fender mounts on the forks when I tied this down in my rig. So I'm not going to use this, so I'm just going to ditch it. It is a good way to do that if you want to. It gives you a nice tie down, but what the hell. So these two Allen bolts, and I'm just going to unplug it, and bam, that's going to be gone. So we're going to do this side in a matter of seconds. I just want to illustrate something real quick. I took off the passing lamp bracket, and you'll see there's 2 wires hanging there. One is the turn signal light / running light, and one is the passing lamp light. You just won't use this if you're taking yours off. So I'm just going to tuck that back in. But that plug right there is this plug right here. So this assembly is ready to go. I'm going to plug this in to that turn signal wire setup. Bam, bam, bam. All right. I'm going to tuck the passing lamp back through the hole and secure all that stuff, bolt that on, and done. I mean, like, that's turn signals instead of passing lamps. That's all we're doing here. So pretty awesome. Okay. Interrupt. There is a module that's to be plugged in line. What the hell is that? What is it? It sounds terrible. Like, anyway. There's a module that goes in line. I mean, literally, we're talking like male, female on the other end. And what that does is it tells the turn signal to turn off the white lights, the running light, and turn on the turn signal so they aren't on at the same time. I mean, I'm no engineer, but you could leave this out and just leave the white and the turn signal on at the same time. but I'm gonna follow the rules. Also, it says to plug this in line up at the top of the fairing inside. The angriest go-kart on the planet. You could, in my experience, looks like you just stick it down below and tuck it in there, but I'm gonna follow the rules. I'm gonna actually do the directions. Say I'm gonna take the cap off because I have to anyway, because I have the jumper to make my CarPlay work. That'll be a separate video, but I gotta take the cap off anyway, so we'll just do that. What? It's fine. It's fine. That's all fine. It's not. This is not a problem. Don't look at me like that. All right, so I took the cap off because I was doing this Apple CarPlay jumper thing too. Look for that video if you want Apple CarPlay on your bike. I don't want two topics in one video. It makes stuff hard to find. Anyway, so cap is these 3 bolts, T27s, and then 2 in the inner wing, you know, on either side. Put this one back in to hold it while you do everything else, and then when you're ready, you take that one out by finger, unplug your headlight, bam, walk away, you're done. So what I did was I took those modulators, and I put them inside the fairing and just ran the plug out. This looks way more complicated than it is. 2 of these wires hanging here because I have the center vent light. Oh look, the missus is home. Yay. I'll be right back with you. Done. So, let me show you real quick what these look like. They're really freaking cool. So you can have, what these are made for, first off. Custom Dynamics designed these for Street Glide owners, or Electra Glide standard owners, because they don't have passing lamps, do they? Anyway, who want to delete the big, you know, sticking out the side of their light and just do this cool LED strip there, okay? See the nice, can you see without being blinded? The nice ball milled mount and this nice clear, you know, white light, and then it turns into a turn signal. That's what these are designed for. Sometimes you got to look for things and go, well, that does more than that. Like, other than just a Street Glide, you know, getting rid of the bullet light and putting that cool looking bracket with light on there. If you have passing lamps, so delete those, it would do the same thing. So these in chrome for a modern like 14 to 21 bike, I think are $229, right? But for 230 bucks, if you have a Street Glide, this is cooler. That is much cooler looking than a bullet sticking out there from the side. Just a nice piece of chrome on the bike. So you have a Street Glide, delete the bullet, looks great. If you have an Ultra or any bike with the passing lamps, this is a nice option to kind of give it a Street Glide front end and young it up a little bit, you know, a little less geezer glide to have a single headlight. And again, nothing here was permanent. These are all plugs. There was no snipping of wires, none of that stuff. So if I ever decide I'm going to take off for a trip in the mountains for, you know, 3 weeks on my bike, call it 30 minutes to take those bolts out, unplug those, plug in my passing lamps, and bolt them back up. It's nothing to it. So there you go. At the same time, I did the jumper plug to enable Apple CarPlay without a mic. So look for that video if you're looking to do that. But at the same time, I was doing 2 different things. So this might cut together like crap. I have no idea. But hope you enjoyed this. I'll put a link to these lights. Thanks again to Custom Dynamics because those are cool. And then that's it. Take care of each other out there. We'll talk real soon. Bye.